Thailand is one of the most popular destinations for good living abroad, and I can tell you why. My name is Sam. I've been living in Thailand for the past 7 years now, and for affordable living, you can get access to modern first world comfort and conveniences, including affordable, high quality medical care, but there's definitely something special about this corner of the world. It could be down to the food, the culture, the people, the places to see, but Thailand feels a world apart from the West, and it's easy to live a comfortable lifestyle with those Western comforts, but only without the headaches and the extra expenses. And what makes Thailand interesting is that you can have very different lives here depending on where you choose to settle. Whether you want big city living, quiet mountain towns, islands with modern infrastructure, or that slower seaside city, all of those exist here. So in this video, I'm going to go through the most popular places foreigners actually choose to live in Thailand. Alright, let's start with Bangkok, and this is a city where most people either begin here or quickly realize whether Thailand is for them or not. Bangkok is a huge megacity with over 11 million people, and depending on who you ask, it's either completely overwhelming or an exciting paradise. There are people that come here and never want to leave, and then there's the others who come here and they want to escape after 1 or 2 days. And in my opinion, the reason Bangkok attracts so many foreign residents is for 2 reasons. It's simple: opportunities and convenience. And out of all the places in Thailand, Bangkok feels the most international. You have enormous mega malls with all the luxury brands. You've got cinemas, gyms, cafes, bars, restaurants with cuisine from all over the world, not just Thai. And the healthcare here is excellent with private hospitals that rival or sometimes exceed what we see in the West. And while this city is absolutely huge, transport is another big advantage in the city. And while there is a lot of traffic in this city, there's the BTS SkyTrain and there's the MRT Underground, which make getting around a lot more convenient. And there's also 2 international airports, Suvarnabhumi and Don Mueang, making going from Thailand to another part of Asia quite simple. But Bangkok isn't always easy living. The heat is intense and constant and never really cools down. And temperatures regularly hit mid-30s with very high humidity. And air pollution can be a major problem in the city for a few months of the year, and the city can feel crowded and very noisy. And if you value peace and quiet, Bangkok over time can start to feel draining. Bangkok is one of those cities that suit people who want work, opportunities, healthcare, schools, and constant stimulation. But for me, Bangkok is home. Not because it's perfect, but it gives me a lot of convenience. Social aspects, restaurants, healthcare, parks, and access to everything that I need are all here. I accept the chaos because what I get in return fits the way I live. And that's really the point of this video. Bangkok suits people who want constant stimulation and opportunities. And other places in Thailand suit people who want calm, nature, and slower routines. And that's exactly what we're going to get into next. If Bangkok feels too much, Chiang Mai is often the next place people look. Chiang Mai is the largest city in the north of Thailand. It feels way more smaller and way more relaxed compared to Bangkok. Life here runs at a much slower pace, and there's also a lot of nature in Chiang Mai too. But it still has shopping malls, hospitals, international schools, and an airport too. For me, Chiang Mai feels pretty balanced. You can spend your weekdays working, whether that's remotely or not, but then there's plenty of opportunities to take short trips, go to the mountains, or even visit some temples here. And this is why people are often drawn to Chiang Mai. They feel drawn to the peace, the serenity, the calm, and that feeling which is very different to Bangkok. And Chiang Mai is popular with teachers, digital nomads, retirees, and families. If you're looking for a teaching job here, it's relatively easy to get work because there's so many kindergartens, schools, and universities. And this city has a strong cafe culture and also reliable internet. And accommodation here is very, very affordable. If you're renting, you can get a decent place for between $100 to $400 per month. But the biggest drawback about Chiang Mai is the air quality. So from March to May, this is known as the burning season. And this is pollution which is created in the city from crop burning and agriculture. Now this can get really, really bad in the city to the point where people leave during this time, or they work from home, or they study from home, or they just wear a mask constantly. And public transport options in the city are basic. There's no underground, no SkyTrain. You're just going to stick to taxis, bikes, and that kind of thing. Despite that, many people still consider Chiang Mai as one of the best places to live in Thailand. Hua Hin is one of the most popular places for long-term residents, especially families and retirees. It's close to Bangkok, around 2.5 to 3 hours away. It's well developed and it's easy to settle here. There's hospitals, malls, good food options, and also a strong emerging expat community. Rent is fairly affordable here and transport is pretty straightforward to get around the city. Here you'll find restaurants, beaches, water sports, golf courses, and rapid development has brought more high rises to Hua Hin, but the place still feels quite relaxed. And entertainment in Hua Hin is okay, but in comparison to Bangkok is minimal. And nightlife in this part of Thailand is also limited too. The beach in Hua Hin is fairly clean, but is popular amongst horse riders. And as you can imagine, horses leave waste behind, which is not cleaned up after. But still, Hua Hin strikes up a good balance between city convenience and seaside living, which makes the city very appealable to many. And for that reason, you'll find many retirees and families here. And stick around to the end of the video because I'll break down which areas actually suit which type of person, because that's where most people get it wrong. Phuket is one of the most popular places in Thailand for foreigners who want island life without sacrificing that modern convenience. Living in Phuket feels developed and also international. You've got shopping centres, international schools, private hospitals, and an insane amount of gyms too. There's also restaurants, nightlife, lots of beaches and beach clubs too. And on top of that, what's amazing about this island is you've got an international airport here. Living in Soi Taet, often known as Phuket's Gym Street, puts you right in the middle of the fitness action in Phuket. This is in a place called Chalong and it's a 1.5 kilometer fitness street. Here you'll find Muay Thai gyms, CrossFit, health cafes and recovery spots. However, Phuket is expensive compared to the most of Thailand. Rent, food, transport are all at a higher cost on the island, and especially taxis too. Phuket suits people who want beaches, social life, and infrastructure. And then there's Patong. Patong is busy, loud, full on, and constantly moving. If you want a buzz, nightlife, and energy on your door, then Patong is your place. This area is famous for Bangla Road, which is basically a massive long street full of entertainment, clubs, and bars. And then there's Kata and Karon, which are much more calmer areas on the island. Just think family-friendly, popular with expats, and easy day-to-day living. Everything is walkable: beaches, cafes, supermarkets, and for that reason, it makes day-to-day living very simple. And actually, Kata Beach here is potentially my favorite beach on the island, and it's great for paddleboarding too. Further down south, Rawai is actually one of the most popular areas for people settling in Phuket. It's residential, international, and laid back. There's a strong expat community here, and it's more about routine, health and long-term living. And then there's Bang Tao, which feels fairly polished and upscale. Here you'll find gated communities, international schools and quieter surroundings. It's beautiful, but definitely one of the most expensive parts of the island. And then there's Phuket Old Town, which is one of my favorites. Just think Portuguese style village, lights everywhere, there's a Sunday market, and that is a really, really magical part of Phuket in my opinion. It's a place that has a lot of cafes, restaurants and bars, and when you're there, it just gives you that comfortable vibe. So overall, as you can see, Phuket has very different lifestyles depending where you choose to settle on the island. Whether that's peace, culture, beach living or nightlife, there's an area that will suit you. Koh Samui offers an alternative to Phuket. It's smaller, it's greener, it feels more relaxed, but it still has pretty good infrastructure. There's shopping centres, hospitals, international schools, and an airport with flights regularly to and from Bangkok, but the prices can be very pricey. Living here feels laid back, but not too isolated. There's beaches, there's waterfalls and jungles, and there's also short trips nearby where you can go to nearby islands such as Koh Tao or Koh Phangan. But the downsides to Samui are the costs and the transport. Prices can be similar to Phuket, and also there can be a lot of traffic on the island because essentially there's one main road that goes right around the island on Samui. There's a lot of nature here. You've got Nam Muang waterfall and beaches such as the Silver Beach or Chong Mon Beach, which are beautiful and easy to access. I think a big reason expats move here is for the balance. You've got areas like Bo Put and Mae Nam, which are popular with long-term residents because they're a lot more calmer. And then there's Fisherman Village, which gives you great choice of restaurants and atmosphere without turning into full-on nightlife. While if you do want nightlife, then Chaweng is a full-on party district. You've got beachfront spots, local Thai places, and also international restaurants, so it can cater to pretty much anyone. And I think it's easy to settle in a routine here because you can go to the gym, you can go to the beach, you can work, and then you can just repeat that every single day. Samui suits people who want an island life, but with a little bit of a more calmer atmosphere. Krabi is for people who really value scenery and calm. Living here feels peaceful. There's beautiful limestone cliffs, turquoise water. It never really gets old. The town itself is pretty quiet and noticeably less developed compared to, say, Phuket, which is exactly why many people choose it, because it's a quiet place. And one of the biggest highlights is Railay Beach. This is arguably one of the most beautiful beaches in the whole of Thailand. And even though it's famous, being able to take a short boat ride there on any day if you're living in Krabi makes it such a special occasion. And you've got easy access to places like Koh Lanta, Ao Nang, or the Phi Phi Islands if you want to go for a day trip. Food-wise, there's plenty of good Thai restaurants and fresh seafood spots. And nightlife here is pretty low-key. Just think beach bars, relaxed pubs, sunset drinks, but not so much a club scene. But in Ao Nang, you'll find most of the action here in terms of nightlife. Infrastructure here is pretty simple. You won't find massive malls or huge entertainment options, but that is the trade-off. Living here is more routine-based, more of a quiet life. Krabi is perfect for people who want nature, beaches, and space, and those that don't really want the convenience and the nightlife options compared to Bangkok or Phuket. If your idea of a good week involves beaches, sunsets, and a slower rhythm, then Krabi might be your place to live. Next up is Pattaya. And most short-term visitors only see Pattaya for the nightlife, but living here can be a little bit of a difference. It's fairly affordable, it's close to Bangkok, roughly a 2-hour drive, and it's set up for beach lovers and those that have more of a relaxed mindset. There's a few good private hospitals and shopping malls, and also plenty of good condos here. For your money, you generally get more space here in terms of renting than you do in Bangkok or on the islands, which is a big reason why people settle here long term. And of course, on top of that, you can get ocean views. And like I mentioned, many expats here love the fact that it's really close to Bangkok. Many people choose Pattaya for the affordability and the healthcare access, and for that reason you'll find a lot of retirees. There's huge expat communities here, but transport is not the best in the city because again, there's no underground or there's no SkyTrain. And if you want something quieter, then Jomtien is a very popular choice. It's calmer, more residential, and feels more livable than central Pattaya. And then on the other end of the spectrum, there's Walking Street. This is a very loud strip full of bars, chaos, nightclubs, and prostitutes. And as you can see, Pattaya definitely isn't for everyone. Many people are put off by this city because of the amount of working girls here or the cleanliness of the beach. And the city definitely has a sleazy reputation, let's say. But if you want affordability, an established expat community, and beach living, then Pattaya might be a good choice for you. So when you want to move to Thailand as a family, priorities usually change. Quality healthcare, good schools, affordable housing, and overall safety suddenly matter a lot more compared to nightlife or location hype. And that's why Bangkok attracts so many families. It has a large expat community, excellent hospitals, and close to 90 international schools here. So the positive is that it gives families a lot of choice when it comes to education. The trade-off is cost. Housing and general living will come at a lot higher expense, especially if you're going to live in the Sukhumvit area or central Bangkok. And compared to many other cities in Thailand, Chiang Mai also ranks well for families. There's a good cost of living and overall good quality of life, minus the burning season. Healthcare here is strong and the pace of life is slow. And like I mentioned before, housing in Chiang Mai, especially compared to Phuket or Bangkok, is way more affordable. And that's why when families don't want to live in Bangkok anymore, a lot of them will choose to go to Chiang Mai instead. And most recently, Hua Hin has become a really popular place for families. And a big reason for this are the gated communities and family-orientated neighborhoods. These offer space, security, and a strong sense of community. If you're thinking about retiring in Thailand, your priorities are usually pretty clear. Most people are looking for an affordable and a safe place to live, and also a lifestyle that feels more relaxed than rushed. And a sense of community also tends to matter instead of being right in the middle of the action. But it depends on the person. And that's why cities like Bangkok, Phuket, Pattaya, and Hua Hin constantly come up as strong options for retirees. Each offer a different pace of life, but they all offer good infrastructure, and strong expat communities. So one big advantage for retirees is healthcare access. And in these cities, you'll find pharmacies, hospitals, and small local clinics on almost every road. And there are plenty of high quality private hospitals in case you have a major issue. But of course, in terms of healthcare, Bangkok trumps the rest. Appointments are easy to arrange, English is widely spoken, and costs are generally lower than they are in Western countries, even at these top high quality facilities. Thailand can offer a very comfortable and connected retirement, as long as you choose a city that matches your pace that you want to live at. If you're single and thinking about moving to Thailand, let's be honest, location matters a lot. Generally, you want to be in one of the bigger cities, where there's a good mix of Thais and internationals that put you in these social situations fairly easily. Bangkok is easily the best option for this, and it's not even close. It is massive, diverse, and constantly moving. And you meet people here without even trying. Gyms, cafes, work, friends of friends, events. Even just being outside the house helps. And dating apps are also very, very popular here. You've got Tinder, Bumble, Coffee Meets Bagel. They all work, they all give you lots of options, and to many people, that can be a very attractive option. In general, if you're single and you actually want to meet people without forcing it, then Bangkok is a great option. You still have to put yourself out there, but Bangkok gives you a great fighting chance. For the most part, Thailand is a very safe place to live, and most parts are very welcoming and easy to settle into. But that being said, when it comes to long-term living, there's a few places I'd actually avoid. And not because they're dangerous, but simply they're just not built for everyday life. Koh Samui Road. Here, everything is designed for short-term visitors. It's really crowded and it's loud almost 24/7. Living here means a lot of noise, little sleep, and it's not that well connected. It's fun for a night or two, but can be exhausting as a home base. The same goes for Walking Street in Pattaya. It's intense, it's chaotic, and entirely built around nightlife. And long-term residents typically live much further out because it's much easier in terms of a day-to-day living compared to living right on Walking Street, which can get pretty crazy. And in Phuket, Patong falls into the same category. It can be busy, noisy, more expensive, and very touristy. Great for a visit, but for those people who want to live long-term in Phuket, there's definitely better options. And the key takeaway is simple. Tourist hotspots aren't bad, they're just not livable long-term. If you're serious about living here, the best advice is simple. Come, stay, and feel it for yourself. Thailand isn't a country where one city works for everybody, and it depends heavily on how you live day to day. Your work, your routine, your heat and noise tolerance, whether you want beaches, mountains, you're single or have a family, each place has its perks for this. Bangkok gives you opportunity, energy and convenience, but it demands patience. Chiang Mai gives you balance, nature and affordability, but the trade-off is speed and access. The islands give you lifestyle and scenery, but at a higher cost and slower pace. And places like Hua Hin offer calm, community and routine, but less excitement. If you're thinking about moving here, the best advice I can give is this. Come with flexibility, an open mind, and experience daily life, not just the weekends. Pay attention to how you feel on a random Tuesday, not just on a sunny Saturday. Live a life with your routines and then see if the city will match you or not. If you're living here, I'd love to know, where did you start and where did you end up? And if you're planning to move, which city sounds more like your kind of life? Drop a comment because I read them all. And if you want more honest, real life content about living in Thailand, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.